Only one time and you will go get up. Set down fire. Set down Hello, my brothers and sisters. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Mike, and I'm just here to do God's work as always. And forgive me, I'm sitting at the park today, and I was just jamming some Christian music. What can I say? I love Jesus. But today, I have a prophetic dream to tell you guys about. I had it about, I'd say, 3 weeks ago, which I should have told you guys earlier about it, but I never got around to doing it because all there is work. We all know that. But I really want to tell you guys about this dream. I'm not really sure I know the significance of the dream, but I'm gonna take a wild guesstimation on I'll just tell you guys about it when we get there. When I tell you about the dream, I'll explain the dream to you, and you tell me what you think in the comments. Okay. But before we get to that dream, I want to show you guys a couple things that I've seen on YouTube lately, especially this septum ring theory. Has anybody heard about that? Where if anybody has a septum ring, which is clearly obvious, clear as day, that if they have a septum ring, something's wrong with them. They got colored hair, septum ring, the big old goofy glasses, LGBTQ at its finest, and they live off their emotions. And there's no factual evidence involved in their claims or in their theories. So I have to show you guys this video, but fair warning, in this video there is some cursing in it. There is some profanity. So for those of you out here who don't like cursing and profanity, I'm sorry, but I just have to show you guys this because this, to me, is hilarious. And it hits the nail right on the head. All right, let's get into this.
So on face value, one can assume that the nose ring theory applies to crazy, leftist, liberal, woke, mainly feminist-type man-hating nut jobs. But let's see if we can't dig a little deeper.
Can anyone tell me what the septum ring theory is?
No, bitch, I was hoping you'd tell me.
Because apparently, and it's not coming from anyone but haters, but apparently there is a septum ring theory.
Yes, the septum ring theory. What is it?
Where if you're not a Republican and you have, if you, hold on, let me rephrase that. I'm so mad about all this judgment, y'all, I can't hardly talk.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This judgment make me don't talk good.
If you have a septum ring, you're automatically labeled a Democrat liberal.
I don't exactly know what it labels you as, but fuck, should you really be driving and doing TikToks at the same time? It's kind of dangerous, isn't it?
Hold on a sec. I gotta talk about how having a septum ring makes me a dumbass white liberal woman that doesn't realize that she shouldn't be doing TikToks while driving a vehicle. Can anybody tell me what the septum ring theory is? Because if one more white man comments on one of my posts, oh, not the white man. You don't like white men.
I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious, isn't it, that she doesn't like white men, or the men in general, raging scissor. She probably handles more bush than Edward Scissorhands. hands, you know, like a couple of sticks rubbing together. What do they call them again? Faggots? No, that can't be right. Lot of clam heat and friction. The twat is on fire! It says, oh, it's the septum ring theory. Hey, motherfucker, you cannot be serious right now. Oh, we are serious. Look into the bare eyes. Look directly into the eyes, not around the eyes, in the eyes. Look into the bare eyes.
Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Look around the eyes. I look around the eyes. Look at my eyes.
We are serious.
So what's the septum ring theory? Please explain that to me, and don't go to ChatGPT for the answer either. I'm serious.
Well, that was fucking useless. We still don't have an answer.
Like, she doesn't know what the septum ring theory is, but she is pretty much telling everybody what the septum ring theory is by just talking, by just saying words. She's letting everybody know to stay away from people with a septum ring theory. You know, animals in the wild have like color distinctions. You know, they have bright colors to let people know, or to let other creatures know that they're poisonous or toxic. Why is it that all these libs are coloring their hairs, putting on the goofiest colored clothes? Most of them look like clowns. I don't know why. They even have a clown community out there. They legitimately think they're clowns, dogs, or whatever. But that's always colorful. The hair is always colored. They have like a gazillion piercings in their nose. They all have a certain look, and you all know what I'm talking about when I say that. They all have a certain look. They cannot say they don't. If you say that they all have a certain look, they'll be like, no, we don't. We have eyes. We can see you guys. We watch TV. You are all the same. It's like every single one of them shares one brain cell. They just pass it around each other. And they're like, no, you guys have no facts to your evidence. Now, actually, all we have is facts. But you guys, we hit you with science and biology, and you guys are just like, no, that's not true. That's not science. You can't transition from one gender to the other. It is impossible. It is a fantasy. And they're like, no, it's not. That's what we do. We can do that. No, animals can do that, but they want to compare themselves to animals. They're like, well, animals in the wild can do it. So can we. Animals in the wild can genetically do it. They have the ability to just genetically do it. Human beings have to go cut off the bits and pieces to try to pretend to be something that they're not. And what is up with this? A woman pretending to be a man and then getting pregnant and being like, see, I told you, a man can get pregnant. No, a man cannot get pregnant because that's still a woman. She still has ovaries. She still has a uterus. She still has her fallopian tubes. She still has the breast of a woman if she hasn't gotten cut off yet. That is physically impossible. I don't get what's wrong with these people. It's like the brainwashing is so real. But I have another video to show you guys. Give me just 1 second.
Is not a scientifically recognized or widely accepted theory. It is a concept often found on social media platforms like TikTok and Reddit that attempts to associate septum piercings with specific personality traits or behaviors. The theory, as it is popularly discussed, often links septum piercings to negative stereotypes such as being overly opinionated, argumentative, or even narcissistic. What the theory claims, the septum ring theory often suggests that people with septum piercings are more likely to be argumentative or confrontational, difficult to reason with or have reasonable discussions with, prone to virtue signaling or gaslighting, and more likely to express strong opinions, particularly on social issues. Well, that sounds about right, doesn't it? But where did this come from?
Always has to be some dude in my comments going, septum ring theory.
It was first popularized by writer and men's rights activist Terrain Walker.
You can be sure that whenever you hear a crack brain theory, it's usually being said by someone with a septum ring.
Others have added to the definition in some effort to broaden it, with a lot of TikTokers believing that the theory is about how people with septum rings make their trauma their entire personality. Now people with septum piercings are banding together to denounce or embrace the idea of the theory and tell those who believe in it to touch grass.
Right.
So if we believe in the septum ring theory, which is proved to be true, we need to go out and touch grass. What the heck does that even mean? What is going on with these people? And the moment we disagree with their insane ideology, they're going to be like, oh, you're a bigot, you're a transphobe, you're fat phobic, or you're on the other lines of whatever else they say. I'm like, transphobic and do you guys even know what phobia means? It means an irrational fear of something. Like you were scared of something. One, nobody's scared of trans people. Nobody in their right mind would ever be scared of a trans person. Unless they come into, like a Catholic school and shoot up the place because they have mental issues that nobody is actually, trying to seek help for them. Just cater into the delusion, and that's why they kill people. No, nobody's transphobic. We just disagree with your guys' insane ideology. It makes no sense. Nobody's fat phobic. We're not scared of fat people. You need to seek help. We want you to seek help. Being large is not healthy for you. And now we have this stuff on TV promoting like, oh, your body. It's your choice to do whatever you want with your body. Being fat is beautiful. No, being fat is not beautiful. Being fat is dangerous for you. Carotid arteries, heart attacks. That's very prone to fat people because their heart can't work hard enough. It's like we want these people to be safe and healthy, and they're like, oh my God, you guys are hating on us. You guys are bigots. Oh my God, transphobes. I'm like, no one's a transphobe. We just do not agree with you. Are we not allowed to have our own free will? It's like if we don't conform to your guys' will, you guys are absolutely just full of demonic hate. And you guys like, there's no such thing as the devil. Are you sure about that? Because you guys are acting like demons. I'm sorry, but you guys need prayed for. And we need to pray for these people because this is getting out of hand. Like now these people are going into schools and they're just killing people or sending perverted pictures that people do not want online to kids and saying, oh, I don't care if you want this picture or not, but I'm going to send it to you. That's disgusting. That's perverted. I saw a video today where this girl was like, oh, the guy asked her, are you going to procreate? And clearly, no septum ring theory, nose ring, short hair. You all know what it looks like. And she's like, no, I don't want to procreate. I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to do nothing of that. And the guy was like, thank God. Thank God you're not doing none of that. She's like, but I am going to go into schools and become a teacher and indoctrinate kids into thinking that gay is good and transgender is good. I'm going to brainwash your kids. Straight up on the internet. She said, straight on TikTok. She said that. Oh, but God forbid, if someone says the truth on TikTok, instantly banned. TikTok is a demonic device that needs to be deleted from humanity. It really does, because it's disgusting. You can say all the vulgar and nasty crap that you want to on that channel, on that social media platform, whatever it's called, and nothing is done to you. The moment you start saying the truth, banned. Females can go on there and downplay men, talk crap about men all day long, every single day. The moment a man does it, banned. Nah, TikTok's evil. It needs to be destroyed. It's destroying humanity. Now you got all these whack jobs out there with stupid tripod setups and phones and everything, and they're doing the dumbest things to get clout. Like the guy that was going around spraying produce with bug killer, trying to get clout. People going up to people and following them around and putting their phones in their faces saying, look at my phone, look at my phone, look at my phone. And dude got shot for it. Good. That's what he deserves. Dude that sprayed produce with bug killer. Jail. Good. That's what he deserves. You people need to be locked up because what you guys are doing is absolutely insane. And you'll probably see this video and be like, oh my God, look at this bigot. He hates us. I don't hate you. I want to pray for you because what you're doing is not normal. You need to stay away from kids. Drag shows in schools, that's disgusting. A drag queen is a sex worker. That's disgusting. It needs to be nowhere around kids. Jeffrey Dude, or whatever you want to call him, he's dressed up in a dress with lipstick on like, oh, it's okay to show your rage to people. It's okay to be angry. Saw a video today with him in it saying it's okay to be angry and to show your rage to people. That's completely and perfectly okay. It's misgender you. It's okay to show your rage to them. And then you got other videos of people just being completely and utterly hateful towards people that don't agree with it. And you all know the specific one. It's ma'am. He's like, no, you're a sir. It's ma'am. You want to go outside and talk about it? It's ma'am. You're obviously a dude and your testosterone's taking over. What is going on with you? I seen a little old man talking to this 6'5" male in a dress. He's like, "You are not a freaking chick." And she's like, "How do you know what I am? How do you know what I identify as?" You're a 6'5" man with nuts. Obviously. Obviously. And this old man can see it. He's like, "No, you need mental help. That's disgusting. You're disgusting. What you're doing is sick. Your ideology is sick." Truth. Absolute, utter truth. And now these people are trying to hide the fact that this one, I don't know what he was, man, female, I'm pretty sure it was a guy trying to be a woman, went into a Catholic school and killed kids. How come every time you guys want to incite violence against anybody, it's always to the youth? It's always to the youth. Going to schools and just kill kids or try to brainwash kids. It's never towards adults because they know they try to walk up to an adult and do this crap, they probably get knocked out. And they want to say, "Oh, we're going to start protecting ourselves now. You guys want to try to destroy us, so we're going to start protecting ourselves now." You guys are going to walk yourselves into a corner that you cannot get out of because Republicans, conservatives are not going to go for it. You guys are going to start trying to put your hands on people, and you guys are going to regret it. Granted, I'd rather pray for you, but some of these people out there are not going to do it. They're not going to do it. You're going to do something to them, they're going to pull out a gun and shoot you. And you're going to be like, "Oh, I'm the victim." No, you're not the victim. This is psychotic. It really is. Especially the ones that are out there protesting about Palestine and all that stuff. Okay? If you want these immigrants to come into the country, these illegal immigrants to come into this country, house them. But no, not a one of them will house them. "I don't have the space in my house. I don't have this. I don't have that." Then why do you want them to come into this country? "Oh, because they're human beings just like everybody else." Okay, they need to do it legally. "Oh, they didn't do anything wrong. They came into this country illegally. That's a crime. You need to be held accountable for a crime." That's like me walking up to somebody, punching somebody in the face, and being like, "Oh, I can't be held accountable for that." And I guarantee you the LGBTQ will turn around like, "Why is he being held accountable for that?" "Oh, if you do it, it's okay, but if we do it, it's not." It doesn't make sense. These people are so bass-backwards, it doesn't make sense. Forgive my language, but it's the truth, and you guys know it. These people need to be prayed for. The devil is real, God is real, and the devil is showing his ugly face because these LGBTQs are the forefront for it. Clear as day, clear as day. If you don't want to believe me, you need help too. If you can't see it, you need to open up your eyes because it's everywhere. You need help too. But besides all that, let's get into this dream. And I actually drew a picture. We'll get into the picture here in a little bit. But I used to be a good artist. I'm not really a good artist anymore, but I drew a picture of it, what I seen in the dream, to see if I could just give you guys an idea of what it looked like. So, from what I remember of this dream, I'm just going to tell you the last part about it because that was the most important part. I was at work. For some reason, my dreams always take place at work. I was at work, and something in the dream told me to just go outside and, sit in the grass and just pray. Just talk to God, pray, whatever. So I walked out of my workplace, and I just went and sat in the grass. And as I'm sitting there, I look up in the sky, and it's so weird looking. Excuse me. The clouds, they're normal clouds, but it's like the tops of the clouds are like blowing away. The bottom of the cloud's still there, but the tops of the clouds are just blowing away, like they're being smeared or something. So it's really weird. As I'm looking up into the sky, I'm watching these clouds do that, and they're starting to shimmer back and forth. And I'm like, what is going on with the sky? And as soon as I do that, the clouds kind of like part, and these hands, how do I describe it? It's like if you were sitting in a globe and you looked up and you can see the hands touch the globe. That's exactly what this looked like. It was so weird. It was like the firmament. It was like God was looking into the firmament in my dream. That's exactly what it looked like. It was the craziest thing ever. Because I had to wake up and tell my girl about it instantly before I obviously, the dreams that I have that I believe are prophetic, I never forget them. But the ones that are just meaningless dreams, I always forget them. But this one I did not forget. Because it was like, I looked up in the sky and the clouds were doing just some weird, like, blowing off into the distance type thing, and then like they parted, and you can see the hands on the globe, like caressing the globe. It was weird. Like it was like whoever was doing it, God, was trying to get a good look at what was going on. It was so weird. And as I'm looking at this, it was like I looked off into the distance. I stopped looking up and I kind of looked off into the distance, and I seen this huge like steam cloud going up. It was like if I was looking at a volcano that had just erupted. That's what it looked like, kind of. And I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it, and as the steam comes up, it's like, this is the weirdest thing ever. It was like a huge spaceship came out of this huge just steam cloud. It was like this huge, I'll show you a picture in a second. It was like this huge spaceship came out of this steam cloud. That's what it looked like. And it was like going up into the sky, and like it rotated to where you could see the rocket boosters on the spaceship. And it had 3 rocket boosters and another Earth out in the distance to where the spaceship was pointing to. Another Earth appeared. And when the Earth appeared, in the center of this Earth, the center of the Earth opened up, and this spaceship rocketed through the center of this Earth. And then after that, I woke up. And it was the weirdest freaking dream. No, I'm sorry. That's not what happened. After I saw this, I got up and I ran inside to work. And people at work, in my workplace, are like, what's he doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? I'm running through work and pushing people out of the way. And I run into the office, and I legitimately remember this. I slipped and fell in the office. Like, boom, in the dream, I slipped and fell. I felt like I felt it in real life. I slipped and fell and got up, and then one of my employees, or one of my work buddies, whatever you call it, was like, you just slipped and fell and busted your... And I was like, yo, no crap, dude. I know what I just did. I know what I did. And it's like, after that, we had this meeting. And like, as we're sitting there in this meeting, I'm like, I'm going to tell somebody about this. I want to tell somebody about this. I need to tell somebody about this. But in the dream, it was so weird because I had my iPad in the dream. I had my iPad, and I'm literally trying to tell people on my Facebook what I just saw, or if anybody else saw what I saw. I'm trying to get on my Facebook and do it, and there's no service. It won't go through. I'm like, come on, man, what is going on? I try, and I try, I try, and I try, and it just will not go through. And I'm getting actually pissed in the dream, like, why is my phone not working or iPad not working? And it's just a dead zone. Just for some reason, it's a dead zone, because for some reason in every dream that I try to tell people about my dream, in the dream, nothing works. I cannot say it. I cannot tell them. And it bugs the crap out of me in these dreams, and I cannot do it. But I'm trying to, scroll on my iPad, do anything on my iPad. You know what it's like to have no service with electronic. Nothing works. It just keeps continually spinning and spinning and spinning, or nothing happens at all. That's exactly what's going on in this dream. And the crazy part about it is, I look over, and these other people that are in this meeting with me are on their iPad, and their iPad is working just fine. Working just fine. They're on Facebook. I'm literally looking over, like, and their iPad's working just fine. And I'm looking at my iPad like, why isn't mine working? And then I woke up. So I don't know the significance of that dream. I legitimately think we were in a firmament. Like, literally, I believe Earth is a closed system, because if we were spinning at thousands of miles an hour in space, in the vacuum of space, the water would fly off the planet. People are like, no, the gravity keeps it on the planet. No, it doesn't. Gravity is just a theory. People want to be like, gravity's not a theory. It's proven to be fact. Okay, give me the evidence. Well, and they don't have any evidence. They just say stuff that's fact. They say they know the Earth is round, which they do not know, because they've seen CGI, they've seen paintings of it, and they think it's real. And no, it's not even. And that might be one of my next videos, guys, is talking about the flat Earth or the round Earth or whatever. But I legitimately think the Earth is flat, and I think we're surrounded by an ice wall, and beyond the ice wall, I believe there's more land. Until you don't just fall off the Earth. I don't believe that. I believe there's more land behind the ice wall that we can't go to. If that were the case, why is it in 1959? Why did we sign an Arctic Wall Treaty? An Arctic Treaty? Why did all the nations do that? Oh, nobody can go to the ice wall. Why? What's beyond it? I know what's beyond it. We can't go there because if we did go there and find out the earth was flat, it would debunk all this demonic doctrine that they're trying to teach us in schools about the earth being round. It would debunk everything, and all the population would turn around and be like, why did you lie about the earth being round? And they cannot be questioned, because if they're questioned, their game is over. That's exactly why they do not want us to go to the ice wall. That is one of the biggest kept secrets in the history of mankind, is the ice wall. They won't let nobody go near it. People are like, oh, people have been to the Arctic. You can only go to certain parts of the Arctic. You can't go to the parts that you want to go to try to discover stuff. Shoot you on sight. Why is that? Why can't we go to Area 51? What's down there? They're like, oh, no. Only we're allowed to see it. Why? Even the United Nations has a depiction of the flat earth on the ground. It's a flat earth. All you got to do with the globe is flatten it out, and it's a flat earth. Or take the flat earth map and round it, and it's a globe. That's all they did, was take that flat earth map and round it out and make it into a globe. No, I don't believe that the earth is round. I think that's stupid. I really do. It does not make sense. And if we were in an open system and it was just, space, and we were spinning at thousands of miles an hour, we would fly off the planet. I'm sorry, but we would. The water would fly off. You did it with basketball. You dumped water on a basketball, the water just runs off. Why isn't it stuck to it? There's gravity around the ball. Why isn't it stuck to it? Oh, because the gravity makes us go down. I'm sorry, but so Australia, everybody's just stuck to the side of the planet. Here's the planet. People are just stuck upside down like that. So the boats are just sailing upside down like that. People want to be like, well, there's a curvature. There's no curvature. There's no curvature of the earth. If you get one of those high-powered cameras and you zoom all the way in to where you cannot see the boat anymore, the boat's going to appear. There's no curvature. You want to be like, oh, it goes beyond the curvature to where you can't see it. No, it doesn't. Look it up on YouTube. You can look it up on YouTube. If you tell these people that believe in a round earth to look it up on YouTube, they won't do it. They will not do it. But I'm getting off topic. I need to save some of that for the next video. I wanted to show you guys this picture that I drew of what my dream looked like. It's a crappy picture, so don't make fun of me. But this is kind of what it looked like. The clouds were doing, that's exactly what the clouds looked like they were doing. They were just blowing off into the distance. And the spaceship that was coming up, here's the cloud that was coming off of it. It was covered at first, and then it just broke through the clouds. And you can see this spaceship come up and turn towards the second Earth. I like to say, I call it the second Earth. My bad. And the hole appeared inside the Earth. The second Earth was like mechanical. And the Earth just opened up, and this spaceship, the rocket boosters will be facing us, and it just shot into that hole. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And I have some pretty weird dreams, but that one was, the hands on the globe just told me it all. We're in a firmament. We have to be. We're in a closed system. We have to be. We have to be. It's the only thing that makes sense. People are like, no, the Earth's not flat. How can we go from one place to the other? There's a reasoning why we can do it. I'm not gonna say I'm smart enough to tell you guys how it is flat, but I'm guaranteeing you it's not round. It cannot be round. I'm sorry. People want to use a theory like, oh, it's a drop of water. A drop of water comes out. It turns round as it's falling. Of course, it turns round as it's falling. It's the gravity that's pulling it down, or the magical force that's pulling it down. Whatever it is, gravity is just a theory. They just slap a label on, like they slap a label on everything. So who knows what gravity really is? I believe it's the force of God that does it. Now people are like, nope, Earth is round, but it is what it is. But I really just wanted to get that dream out there to you guys, because I thought that was so weird. I should have told you guys a long time ago, but I just got distracted with work and all this stuff that's going on. But I figured I'd give you guys a different scenery, even though we're in the car, but I'm at the park, which is very nice out. So I just want to tell you guys that I love you, and I hope you all have a blessed day. And if you guys will, go like and subscribe to my channel so I can get more videos out this to our brothers and sisters in Christ that need to see it, and those that are not in Christ, obviously. The crazies. But, you know, they don't watch anything that's important. All they care about is them. The moment you disagree, bigot! But we need to pray for these people. And if I could get you guys, some of you guys out there that watch my channel, can you pray for me too? Because I need it as well. Because I'm having a hard time, you know, staying on the saddle. Oh, once you fall into that trench, it's hard to get out. And I've been trying to claw my way back up to the narrow road, guys. So if you guys could just send out a prayer for me, that would be great. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much.